Hi, Black Owned Economy, and welcome to episode 8 of B.O.E Live Rooms. Today, we are joined by another one of our fabulous businesses in our Black Owned Economy group. I won't tell you too much about her backstory and how her business got started and stuff like that. I'll let her explain that when she's giving her bit of a presentation. But we thought we would end this April topic, which is businesses which were started in 2020, with a bit more of a fun type room, which is why we've got a cocktail masterclass this evening for you from our host. So our host is called Dionte, and her business is called Di-Tailz, and it's a mobile cocktail service. So without further ado, what I will do, I'll hand you over to Dionte.
Thank you, Jermaine. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this current live room. I think I'll just start off a bit about what this session is going to entail. So we'll start with just a very brief presentation as to what Di-Tailz is and what services we provide, things like that. And then after the brief presentation, I'll just stop for any questions that you've sent in and answer any queries or questions that you may have. Then once we do that, then we'll go straight into our cocktail making class. So a bit about me. So my name is Dionte. I've been working in the events industry for over 8 years now, 8.5 years. So I do have quite an extensive knowledge of events, but I've always had an interest doing cocktails. I used to always cater for my friends and family's events throughout the years until Christmas Day 2019 is when I decided that I want to turn my hobby into a profession. So then I became a certified mixologist and started Di-Tailz in February 2020. So with that being said, let me pull up my presentation and then I'll talk a bit more about Di-Tailz. So bear with me one moment. Okay, so what is Di-Tailz? So I thought I'll do a kind of a 3-point explanation, quite easy and simple. So as Jermaine mentioned before, we are a mobile cocktail service which caters for all types of events. I am based in Harrow, but I do cater for the whole of the London area as well. So as long as you let me know in advance what area you want me to cater for, then that should be fine. And we also do collection and delivery. So we do sell my cocktails by the bottle, which I'll go into in just a moment. Okay, so the services. So as you can see from the pictures, we kind of have a wide range. So we do live events. For now, obviously due to COVID restrictions, the maximum we're currently doing is 25 people. Obviously that will be subject to change as the lockdown eases a bit more. So that's just an example on the bottom left there of one of our live events. And on the top left corner, we also do virtual events. So that was quite a big hit last summer for obvious reasons, as we were in lockdown and we were having a rough time. So we also cater for all types of events. So as you can see from the picture, we do date nights, birthdays, hen do's, any type of celebration you can think of, we do. And then finally, as I briefly mentioned before, we also do collection and delivery. So with the cocktails for collection and delivery, I do sell them frozen as well. So we do have 3 different menus, which I'll go through shortly. So you can actually purchase my cocktails and have them on the go ready for you. So collection is free, and then we can also deliver to your doorstep for a fee. So I also wanted to point out that all of our kind of services are pre-order only. So we don't really accept last minute orders as in on the day. So we do advise that give us at least a minimum of 2 days before your desired date to book with me. So now the menus, as you can see, we have 3 different menus. So the first menu is kind of our standard menu, the menu that has been there since I've started. So as you can see, there's signature cocktails, classic cocktails, and we also do jelly shots as well. And the jelly shots can be filled with any alcohol of your choice, or it can be left as non-alcoholic as well. So as you can see, we do have a big variety when it comes to flavors with our jelly shots. And we also actually do tequila jelly shots as well, which is tequila and gelatin. We then move on to our sugar-free menu. So I was actually inspired by this by a few relatives who are diabetic and who follow a strict diet, so such as keto, things like that. So I wanted to cater for everyone, so everyone can have a treat, you know, so it's all in the details. So I specifically made the sugar-free menu to cater to those who just would prefer not to have sugar in their lives. So then at least you can get lit and stay fit. And then finally, we have our frozen cocktail menu, which was a big hit in the summer for obvious reasons. So with the frozen cocktail menu, it is only collection at the moment, but that is subject to change soon. I'm just not sure when, but I'll definitely keep updating everyone. But yeah, so those are the menus. So with the original slushy flavors as well, it can come either non-alcoholic, cognac or white rum. So, but it's all on the menu anyway. Okay. And then we have the prices. So I do have 2 price lists. So the price list on the left is our events price list. So whenever you want us to do any live or virtual events, I would refer to the price list on the left. And then the price list on the right is for any collection and delivery orders that you may want. So if you want your cocktails on the go, then I would recommend the price list on the right. So our contact information. So we have an email, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm still working on the website, but again, that will come within due course. So I would advise to kind of make note of our contact information. So if you do want any of my services, or even if you want this presentation or any type of questions or queries, feel free to contact me on these 3 avenues. And hopefully I can help you. So I know Jermaine mentioned that there is a couple of questions, so hopefully I can answer them today.
Yeah, we have got a few. So I was sent through maybe 4 or 5 questions this week relating to the room that you were going to host. So you've answered one. So how did you start out and what were you doing before? So you've basically you've said that you've always worked in like the events type industry, and you basically wanted to start out yourself, which you did in February 2020. So leading on from that, someone's asked, how was it starting your business in 2020? Because obviously everybody's found 2020 slightly different. Some have found it harder than others, obviously with COVID and restrictions and stuff like that. How has it all affected your business?
Yes, so because I had started right before the lockdown, so the first month or so was good, but then obviously after lockdown came, it completely kind of went to a standstill because obviously no one was doing events and things like that.
Yeah.
So fun fact, when I first started Di-Tailz, I was initially just going to cater for just live events. But it's only after the lockdown I started to really sit down and start to strategize, well, how can I keep my business going? What other avenues are there?
Yeah.
And that's when I came up with like collection and delivery, so have it on the go. And then right before summer, I decided to do virtual events. So after doing those two, I think that really helped my business to kind of stay afloat. So yeah, it was very hard to adjust to. It did take a couple months, but I got there in the end, and hopefully it just keeps getting better from there.
Yeah, I've been to a few virtual events where people have done something like that. So you can see, especially in the last year that we've had, you can see that people are wanting to do something. So with options like this, it's always gonna be there for you, an option like that. So the other question was, what areas do you cover? You've already explained that in your presentation. Somebody has asked, what makes your business stand out from others which do a similar sort of service?
So I think the main thing is that I'm trying to cater to everyone. I feel like, not in a bad way, I feel like every business is different, and whatever works for you works for you. But I really want to strive on catering for everyone, regardless of their dietary requirements. I want everyone to enjoy. So that's why I came up with the sugar-free menu. That's why I have non-alcoholic options. So all of my cocktails can be made non-alcoholic as well. So I think that's the main thing that kind of helps me stand out from the crowd, is that I'm actually trying to cater for every person. And yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing.
Yeah, I've seen that anyway, because the details in tonight's Zoom, especially for the cocktail making part of it, you can tell that that's something that you're always thinking about, because you put options in there for people who want to use various things which they might have in the house, rather than going out and trying to buy specific equipment to make cocktails. There's always alternatives, and you know what it's like being in a black household as well, because we don't use measurements and stuff like that. We know from generations of recipes passed down the amounts that we should be using. And we always find, if we haven't got one of something, there's always an alternative around somewhere. So yeah, I totally agree with you with that as well. So the last question I had on my list was, one second, let me just go through. So what are the plans for to take your business forward in the future?
So the main thing that I would like to do in the summer is to bring back live events for an unlimited number, because I really feel like I never got the opportunity to excel there when that's my expertise at the same time. So I think the main thing I want to focus on is catering for live events, catering for medium, small size events and things like that. So my main focus will be that. Everything else will still be there, but yeah, I think it's just more learning. Like I'm constantly doing everything I can to learn. So like even like little online courses, I'm still doing that. Like I'm constantly renovating my knowledge for what I'm trying to do, so I can be the best I can be.
Definitely. And I've seen that you mentioned that you're obviously you're planning to launch a website as well at some point. So that's another stage of growing your business again. Yeah.
I'll have a website in place, but keep out for it.
You know what you should do as well? You should check out our website, because we're currently offering mentorship for people who are starting out in business and people who are wanting to progress their business, and we're doing it at a really discounted rate. We've got maybe, I think it's 6 or 7 different mentors at the moment. The mentors are only wanting to take on 4 people at a time though, so you'd have to go on and see what's still available, because I know they were selling like hotcakes last week when they advertised it. So it might be something you're interested in, it might not, but I'm just putting it out there for you.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, there were all the questions I had. So I think we're ready to move on to the next section.
Yes, we are. So now the fun bit. So we're now going to do just a very quick kind of virtual cocktail making sessions. I just picked two kind of easy to make cocktails just for the beginning, and you can get a taster of kind of what our virtual events are like. So let me just get everything ready and then we will start. Okay, so just a quick disclaimer, you may not see my face, but as long as you can see my hands and what I'm doing, that's all that matters at the moment. So the two cocktails that I'm going to teach you today are Sex on the Beach and a Mojito. So I'll start off with Sex on the Beach as this kind of the most simple one. So what we will do first is we'll get our cocktail shaker or our thermal mug, whichever one kind of suits you. We will put a couple of ice cubes in there. Let me just get my ice. About 2 or 3 should be fine. Okay. So then we're going to get our double jigger or our shot glass, whichever is okay with you, and our vodka. So we're going to do 1 shot of vodka, like so. Okay. Then we are going to do 1 shot of peach schnapps. So whichever one is fine. There's not a specific kind that you need. Like so.
It's making me want to get this bank holiday weekend up and running.
No, it's a good thing to have, isn't it? For the bank holiday. Starting off right. So then we are going to do 2 shots of orange juice. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
but any orange juice is fine. So you can either use 2 shots, or if you have a double jigger, just use the bigger side. Like so. Okay. So now we are going to shake it for about 5 to 6 seconds, like so. Yeah, you have to shake it quite vigorously. So while we're kind of waiting for that to settle, we'll then get our tall glass or any glass that you may have and fill it up with ice. So then what you will do is you either take the top off your cocktail shaker or just lift the lid that you drink out of in your thermal mug. And then we are going to pour it in just until it kind of stops like so. And then what we will do is we will end it with some cranberry juice. So either 2 shots of cranberry juice, or if you have a double jigger, just 1 of these. Like so. You want to kind of do it slowly, just so you get that pretty color.
Yeah, so it runs through it.
Right, exactly. And then we'll just add a bit more ice, just so it's right to the top. It just will sit better with the garnish. And then you're going to get your orange juice again, and then you're going to top it off a little bit, but do it slow as well, like so. And there you go. So that is our drink done. So then we're going to move on to the garnish for the glass. So what we're going to need is an orange and some cocktail cherries. So but I know that I only have very little left, but that's here nor there, just to show you. So what we'll do is we'll cut the orange in half like so. One half there, one half here. Cut the end off. And then we're going to kind of do like a medium slice like so. Put this on the side. We're going to cut just a tiny little line just so it can sit on the glass properly. So just so you can see like the line, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see that. That's yeah.
Put it like so. And then you could either put your cherry just on top as random, or you can attach it to your orange slice, which I'll show you in a sec. Okay. So you can either just put it on top like normal without the toothpick, or you can put the toothpick through and then slowly kind of attach it to the orange. And that is your sex on the beach.
Perfect. Looks good.
You can add a straw, you can mix it. And yeah, that is how it looks. The color so pretty. So
how does it come out if you were to alter the measures slightly? So if you was to put more alcohol or more juice in, does it?
Yeah, so that is completely at your discretion. So you can put as much or as little alcohol or juice as possible. So the outcome will still be the same.
Okay,
but
cool.
I just prefer to measure it just to rationalize it, that's all. But yeah, for both cocktails, the measurements is completely down to you. You can do it.
Cool.
As long as you have like the simple things of how to do it,
yeah,
the measurements isn't as important.
Cool.
Yeah. So let me just wipe down my chopping board and then I'll get through to our next and final cocktail. So bear with me one moment. Okay, so now we are going to get started with the mojito. So it is a bit more complicated, but it's still very simple, but I'll show you now. So what you will need is either a mason jar or any glass that you have is fine. So we'll start off with a lime. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut it in 4. So we just cut the ends off like so. Cut it in half. Like so, and then half again. Now we have our 4, we're going to put them all in the glass. And then we're going to get our mint leaves. So for all of my recipes, any kind of brand is fine.
Cool.
So I would recommend to put about 6 if you don't really like the mint taste, or 8 if you like the mint taste. So I'll try and probably do the middle. So I'll do about 7 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so the next bit, what you would have to do is put it in your palm and just give it one clap. This is just to release the aromas from the mint. So always clap it before you put it inside.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird. Little things like that make such a big difference with cocktails.
Cool.
So then we're then going to muddle it. So you could either get a muddler or a rolling pin. It's completely fine either or. And then we are going to kind of press and twist. So like so. And we want to extract all of the lime juice out of the limes as much as we can. Or if it helps, you can even kind of rotate your cup. So. Then what you're going to do, you're going to either get simple syrup, or you can mix sugar and hot water together and just leave it to cool down until it's room temperature. Or if you are going the sugar-free route, you can use sweetener and water the same way.
Okay.
So then we will use about a small shot and a half of simple syrup or your sugar water. And this part in half, so don't fill it up to the top, like so. And then we're going to fill our cup with ice. So, like so. So now it's time for the rum. So we are going to use about 2 shots of white rum. So any white rum is fine. So like I said before, you can either do 2 small shots or 1 big shot if you have one of these. Like so. Then what we're going to do, we're going to get our spoon or cocktail spoon. And we're just going to try and kind of bring the mint and the limes up a bit. So you can do that by just going up and down with your spoon and maybe kind of rotating it. This is probably the most tricky of them all, but it's not that bad. Just go up and down like so with your spoon. And then we are going to top it off with some soda water. So I don't know if there's a difference between soda water and sparkling, but just prefer to get the one that says soda water.
Cool.
Like so. And then you're just going to fill it up to the top with soda water. Like so. Oops. Then we're going to get our spoon again and kind of do the same thing. So just to bring it up a bit, to mix it in. Then we're going to go back to our mint leaves and we're going to get 2 sticks of mint. So this kind of counts as 1, so 2 kind of these. So just any 2 sticks like so. Or let me move the bottom ones as this is garnish. So what you're going to do, you're just going to kind of just twist them lightly together and then kind of put them kind of that way. Get your straw and voila, that's
your uncle.
A mojito. So the beauty about mojitos as well is that you can kind of make it any flavor you want. So this is kind of the main flavor, which is like a lime mojito.
Yeah.
But if you want a strawberry, all you have to do is just add strawberries and mash them with the limes and the mints and things like that. So whatever fruit or flavor that you'd like, just get that fruit and mash it as well. That's the only difference. So it can come in any flavor.
That was the perfect combo that for me and my missus, because she loves mojitos, and I just like fruity cocktails, so I would have preferred the first one. So yeah, that would have been a perfect one for my household.
Yeah, I tried to do it so that they're not similar,
Yeah,
but I want to show that they're both easy to make as well.
yeah.
But yeah, that is how you make a mojito and a sex on the beach.
Perfect. I wish I was there to taste them.
No, I can't wait to, can't wait to taste them. They look so refreshing. I don't know if you can see it through there, but they do look really refreshing.
Cool.
But yeah, that is kind of it for my session today. I want to thank Jermaine for having me on and the Black-owned economy. Like I said, if you go through my PowerPoint and you come across our contact information, feel free to screenshot it, print screen it, or if you may not come across it, which I doubt, but yeah, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, so di.tailz with a Z, or you can send me an email, which is indedetails@gmail.com. But yeah, I just want to say once again, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and hopefully I'll see you all soon.
Thank you for hosting tonight's room. Amazing business. We need to support all our Black-owned economy businesses, and especially with a business like this, with the summer coming up and events starting to open back up, this is the perfect time to get her details logged and make sure you use her services. So obviously I will share all her contact details and Facebook links, Instagram links, stuff like that when I post on our Facebook group. What this session is recorded, so we will be posting it in on our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel, which is Black-owned Economy Presents, go to B.O.E rooms, and you'll see all the rooms that we've had in April, and in fact all the rooms that we've set up in 2021 so far. We'll also put it on our website, which is www.blackowned-economy.co.uk. If you go to B.O.E rooms there, you'll see all the April recordings for B.O.E rooms as well. Yeah, so as I said, like I always say with all of our B.O.E live rooms, we put these rooms together to help promote and give people the opportunity to see some of these businesses where they may not always have the opportunity to actually see the face behind the business. So please support all you can, and we're going to keep doing it. So thank you again, Dionte, for hosting this evening. Thanks for everyone who's viewed this evening, and support. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.